When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. That just might work.
Hi, this is Jocks Michel.
And Jackie Michelle.
And welcome to episode 3 of the Michel Matters Podcast.
Hey.
What's up?
It's been a while.
It's been about 2 weeks, 2 long weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry if I sound weird.
Yeah, she's a little
my
under
throat
the weather
is
right
hurting.
now. But, anyway, yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been hard to find time to record this, but we're doing it. It's about 8:30 on a Sunday night, but we getting it there.
Yeah. Lots of like birthdays and just
all type of stuff.
Things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what happened the last couple of weeks? The Grammys happened.
Yeah, talk about it.
Right? I mean, there's not much to talk about. I always watch those red carpets and stuff. That's what I'm here for. But one thing that did stick out to me was that Jay-Z won nothing.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
I mean, it was a good album, right?
A really good album,
but
actually.
A part of me is kind of like, that's good that he didn't win anything.
Why? Because of the content of the album?
Yeah, because like, your wife took you back and now, that's your prize. That's your Grammy. You didn't have to win anything because you won her back. Maybe next year you can win a Grammy, right?
I don't think she took him back. I mean, they were married. They never separated.
Like another lesson. You don't get rewarded for doing wrong.
I don't think it's rewarded. Like, he made a good album. Like,
yeah.
It has nothing to do with being rewarded. But I don't really care for award shows.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't.
It's interesting. And it wasn't really that great of a show to me.
Yeah.
But, like Bruno Mars
cleaned up
and stuff.
I was happy for Cardi.
Yeah.
Yeah, because...
Did she win something?
No, she didn't win anything, but she performed.
Yeah, she performed with Bruno Mars.
You think from loving hip-hop to performing on the Grammy stage. Mm-hmm. And, there's people who's been doing this forever. They don't get a chance to do this. But
right.
I was happy for Cardi.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, cheaters never win.
Huh? Oh, we had a huge milestone 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Yeah. I mean, it had to happen.
Yeah.
So, last week, or 2 weeks ago, Jackie went to Atlanta for a bachelorette party.
Mm-hmm. But it was the first time we were ever,
not sleeping in the same room.
Yeah.
In the same bed, even.
In the same room. In the same bed for, 2 days? 2 nights?
Any night. Any amount of nights.
Saying, but it was 2 nights.
Yeah, it was 2 nights.
So in the 4 years we've been married, we've never,
slept in a different bed from each other.
Nope.
So, yeah. That was different.
Yeah. That was weird.
I got to roll around a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, it was different. I mean, I can't lie. One of the nights, it took me forever to fall asleep, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it had something to do with you not being there, but, I was struggling to fall asleep one of those nights.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
I was struggling, too, just because, I was sharing a bed with one of my friends. And then, she was, she wasn't with her husband either. So she was, cuddled on me. And I'm just geez.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. But had a little too much fun. I was mad I didn't get to go. Not to the bachelorette party, but...
Yeah. No, Atlanta's always a good time.
I love Atlanta. Yeah. So I was mad I didn't get to go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
At least you didn't go to our restaurant.
Our restaurant?
Yeah. Another plug. Egg Harbor Cafe. No, what is it?
I'm what are you talking about?
Yeah, I think it's called Egg Harbor Cafe. That was when I had the best pancakes in the world.
Yeah, I told them about it, but we ended up going to a different spot for brunch.
Yeah.
And it was still good, so.
We're not getting paid by these people, but Egg Harbor Cafe, if you're ever in Atlanta.
I think it was on Peachtree.
Yeah, to me, it was the best pancake I ever had. And it was a whole wheat pancake. I never thought I'd say that, but that was the best pancake I ever had in my life.
It was just a good experience.
Yeah, it was a blessing. But
and then the whole Southern hospitality is still there.
Yeah.
So.
And I just like to feel like Atlanta. It's it's a big city, but it's still kind of quiet. A lot of the nice houses are outside of the city. I like it.
Not even. Because around Egg Harbor Cafe.
No, okay. Nice. Let me clarify. The big houses that are cheap.
Okay.
Are outside of the city.
Yeah.
On the outskirts of the city. So, like, if we ever moved to Atlanta, we probably wouldn't originally live in the city of Atlanta.
I would.
We don't have Atlanta money for those areas. But, like, I would live around, like, the outskirts of Atlanta.
Yeah.
But, I mean.
We didn't really explore, like, the outskirts that much, but.
When we went to that church.
Oh, yeah.
We kind of got to see a little bit of those areas.
I don't know if I would live in that area, though.
No. That was in the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, yeah.
Good
Super Bowl,
times.
that was good. It was our first Super Bowl party. It was our first Super Bowl party at Sap's house.
Yeah, your best friend.
Yeah, he the best man at my wedding, my brother. He just bought a house, so we had the Super Bowl party at his house. Mm-hmm. That was pretty fun. Eagles won. I know you don't care, but nope. Eagles won. First time they won since ever. That's their first Super Bowl ever. And they came out to the Meek Mill. A lot of people were saying they sacrificed Meek Mill for the Super Bowl victory.
Sacrifice Meek Mill?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Meek Mill's in jail right now, and they got to win. And
didn't he say something like from jail? Like he said,
he probably congratulated him, But that was pretty good.
What is he in jail for?
He is in jail for violating probation. I've never seen someone on probation as long as Meek Mill. It's been at least 7 years, 8 years he's been on probation. Oh. But it's because he keep violating. And it's always minor stuff, but you can't keep violating parole. But the highlight of the last 2 weeks was last night.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's why I'm so tired right now.
Yeah. So let me see where to start. So it was my brother Sap's 30th birthday. Mm-hmm.
You want to take it back to like 6 months ago when we started planning this?
Two of our friends, his sister and one of our friends, Giselle and Monica, they been planning this party since June for his 30th or whatever, and it was supposed to be a surprise party. Crazy, like a lot of planning. Yeah. Every month they at our house, like, and I'm like, is he ever gonna notice? Like, yo, why they keep going to Jock's house on Sunday nights? Like, they was coming over every month planning. But yeah, it was crazy. So the whole setup was.
So okay, we finally came up with a story to kind of get them there, because we were the ones that were gonna get him and his wife to the party. Yeah. So his wife was in on it, obviously, but I came up with, I told Monica, like, we're going to pretend that we're going on a double date or something.
Which we never do, so that should have been the first clue.
We do. Well, we used to a lot more back in the day.
I guess.
But it was never just double date. It was always like for a couple.
Yeah, a bunch of us.
Yeah, like if I want to watch Alice in Wonderland, we're all going to the movies. Yeah. If you want to watch Spider-Man, like, everybody's going. So... yeah, so it's probably been like a year or two since we went on a double date. Yeah. But, his birthday was coming up, and I was, kind of hiding it. Like, it could also be for Valentine's Day.
That was the setup. It was plans. Like, we'll double date and we'll go make it. It could be, hey, we're taking you out for your birthday, or it's just a double date. It's the four of us, like, couples Valentine's type date. Yeah.
So that was the plan, to act like we were going on a date. But on the way there, I had to stop by, quote unquote, to drop my cousin, like, her alteration off or something for her son's birthday party. And then once I got inside, so we get to the place, right?
Well, hold on. You skipped a very important part. Two important parts. So the whole setup was, he thought we were going to Wynwood. Yeah. So we actually ended up going...
But I told him in the car...
that we're going to your cousin. Yeah. But he was just like, that's not a way to Wynwood, but well, whatever. He didn't think nothing of it. And while we were on the way there, like, so in my car, my phone's connected to my phone, like with Bluetooth. It's 8:30 at night, and his dad calls me on the Bluetooth. Yes. And, on the car, it's on the buttons for everything is on the steering wheel. So I'm mid-turn, making a left turn, and I just see it pop up on my steering wheel, on the dash.
It's Mr. over.
Sapp. I'm like, oh, snap it. He's finna figure it out. Yeah. So I start jamming the end button. I'm like, yeah. Oh my gosh. So then he calls Sapp's wife, which is, and it's crazy because they have a whole story, and he's like telling her something, and she passes me the phone.
It sounded like she was like acting.
Yeah,
the whole time.
I'm not gonna give the whole story, but he kind of made a comment about there was some type of injury, and I was just like, "Wow."
Yeah, I was like,
giving
wow.
a terrible lie.
And her voice was kind of shaking, so I was like, "Is she like what is happening?" But at the same time, I'm texting one of the girls that was planning the party that was there. And I'm just giving her, like, you know, the play-by-play of what's happening. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, he just called us. Wow, Charlene just said, you know, there was an injury. I don't know what kind of lie this is.
Turns out it was the truth.
Yeah, and then she's like, no, it really happened. Like, the injury really happened.
So that was crazy. I was like, oh, wow, that's a weird twist. But everything turned out okay with the injury. But, you know, it was just a weird, wild twist to the story. So we park, you know, because I told her like 5 minutes away, get everybody inside or whatever. We park, and I'm like, all right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm just going to drop it off. And Call me. You call me.
Well, I went inside. Yeah. Everybody was in place. And then I walked out and I called you. And I was like, hey, can you guys come in and like help her move tables or something real quick? And then we'll head to Wentwood. And you guys were like, okay. And you came in, and he was like, all right, Charlene, let's go.
Yeah, I was just like... Because
we didn't know how she was going to get in.
Yeah, because the whole plan was, all right, when you get inside, call me and say you need me and Sap to help you move something. Mm-hmm. And I never even thought about, so what we going to do with Charlene? Yeah. So as you called me, and I was like, oh, Sap, she said she needed help. We got to go move a table or something. He was like, okay, oh, Charlene, come on, let's go. And I was like, oh, that's easy. And he was like... She was like, why? She was like, oh, you can't just sit in the car by yourself. And I was like, oh, it just happened so naturally.
So, wait, she actually asked why?
I can't remember. I'm not going to lie. Okay. It was a long night.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, he asked her to come out. And I was like, okay, it happened real naturally. And we walk in. And then, you know, surprise.
Yeah.
And the crazy, like, to me, I kind of was like, man, I just accepted it. I was like, oh, he knows it's a surprise. So, like,
no, I knew he didn't know from the day before.
No, but I'm saying, like, after his dad called me, I thought he just kind of...
Yeah, but then he said his dad calls you.
That's the thing. Afterwards, it all kind of came out. He was just like, nah, you know, that's normal. You know, my dad always called jokes. Yeah. Yada, yada. And I was just like, hey, man, I can't... I was worried, but he was really surprised. And I think that's what made it better. Like, it was just a long process. And to see him actually, like, be surprised... It was pretty cool.
Yeah. And his family from out of town was there and everything.
Like, his sister was here since Thursday.
Yeah.
And she lives like in North Carolina. And she's been ducking him for the last couple of days. So that was pretty dope.
Yeah. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sap. While we're here, happy birthday, Sabi.
Yes.
My cousin friend.
Your cousin friend.
You know, we black, man. She's not really my cousin, but she used to live in my house, so we used to call her cousin.
Yeah.
Today's her birthday. Yesterday's her actual birthday. Today's Sap's actual birthday.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to both of them.
When they're listening,
happy birthday to both of them. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good party. I'm trying to think, like, there was a lot of alcohol, a lot of free alcohol.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular, I was not inebriated at any point.
You weren't.
I know, but you know, that's the way it went.
But I don't think anybody thought you were. Well, yeah, maybe.
So at the end of the party,
apparently I don't know what happened, but people came to our house.
So yeah, so this whole it went from Sap's 30th birthday party to after party at Jock's house. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to think.
Jock's and Jackie's house.
Yeah, Jock's and Jackie. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean. Anyway, so I was joking around with Alex at first, and I was like, "Hey, after party at my house, we out." And she's like, "Oh, for real?" And I was like, I kind of just threw it out there, but why not, right? Mm-hmm. And then it started off like, maybe it's going to be a few people. And then Sap, in his right mind, started screaming out my address in the parking lot. After party at Jock's house, yada, 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 Miramar, Florida. I'm like, whoa. So yeah, and then everyone's like, for real? For real? And I was like, I mean, it's kind of already out there. It's like, well, after party at our house.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So needless to say, we're really tired right now.
Yeah. I think by the time everybody left, it was like...
It was like 3.
Yeah, like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then got up early for church, did that. Went to my mom's house. Went to a gender reveal.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to. I mean, it's all everywhere.
Yeah.
Shout out to my friend Sarah and JoJo.
Yeah.
They're having a boy. Congrats.
Yeah. It's like the first boy in the group.
Yeah, first boy in the group. And what else? Then we went to my cousin friend Sabi's brunch.
Birthday brunch.
It was at a nice spot. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to plug them, but it was a nice spot in Brickell.
Yeah.
And then what else? And we came home.
And we came home and took a nap. Kind of.
Kind of.
Well, you took a nap. I didn't.
Yeah.
And then.
Now we're recording.
Yeah. Now
So,
we're
yeah.
here.
It's been a crazy 2 weeks, to say the least. So, yeah.
We did receive some feedback from like some previous episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think on the first episode, we had a listener question that was asking us like how we kind of organize our days during basketball season.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, and then I was just mentioning that we have a calendar on the fridge, but one of your friends and my friends, Theo, he recommended this app for organization that him and his wife use, and it's called Calendar Family Organizer. I see it has 4 out of 5 stars. I don't really like techie stuff when it comes to organizing and planning things.
Mm-hmm.
I like to write it down. But if that is your speed, maybe that'll work for you.
Yeah.
So just a little comment on that. And last week or 2 weeks ago, we did our ancestry results, right?
Which we've
Our
gotten a
DNA
lot of
results.
feedback about.
Oh my gosh, yeah. we do know Irish people. Like,
Yeah.
Jocks is not hating on Irish people at
And
all.
I've been accepted
Yes.
by the Irish community.
So they love that.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day going to be lit this year.
And one of my friends has like been in Togo similarity ancestry results that are similar to ours too. So that was kind of cool. And
Did she have anything else like surprising in hers?
She had like the Bantu
Uh-huh.
thing. She's really black as
Yeah.
well.
I need to find some more Irish people.
Yeah, well.
Just need to form a little community. This is my black Irish brothers. And my white Irish brothers, you know. We all family now. We all family.
Yeah. So no, he's not hating on Irish people. He was just shocked. But yeah. Was there any other comments on Twitter or anything like that?
No, only thing, I mean, at the party, I was surprised. Like,
Oh, yeah.
2 different people came up to us and told us that they listened to the podcast. And it just still blew my like, oh man, people like actually listen. So I'm still new to the concept. But that was pretty cool. Just, keep putting out content. We're just going to keep putting out content. I thought it was great to hear some people like, can't wait to hear the next one.
And a lot of couples are listening together.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I mean, we kind of do that with a couple podcasts too.
Yeah.
So I can see it. It's just good to be in the rotation.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
All right. Let's move on to the hot topic.
All right, cool.
So hot in here. So hot in.
So yeah.
What you got?
I mean, it's been a long week, right? So I kind of struggled. I haven't had too many crazy things happen this week or seen too many crazy things. But something did catch my eye. I don't know if you got a chance to see the Quincy Jones interview.
It was a video?
No.
Because I read something.
Yeah. So yeah, Quincy Jones did an interview with I think Vulture magazine, and if you know anything about it or if you've seen anything, you know it was salacious. Like, dude was giving all the tea. Like, he was talking reckless, and I had only seen bits and pieces of it. So finally I like, you know what? Let me actually read this whole interview.
Oh, no. I just skimmed through.
I read the whole thing. And it's crazy. Like, crazy. So, first, the dude interviewed him. His name is David Marchess. I hope I said his name right, but
I feel like this website is always interviewing, like, I don't know, like people with interesting things to say.
So yeah,
like the last one was Erykah Badu.
Right?
Yeah, and it's always some controversy.
And I didn't read the Erykah Badu one, but after reading this one, I kind of want to read the Erykah Badu one now, because the dude is a solid interviewer. Mm-hmm. I could tell, like, he definitely asked the right questions because he really got him to open up. Maybe too much, but he got him to open up. And all they've been, like, he just, so many hot takes, like, this dude's been giving. So I'm going to just run through a couple of them. So, one of the, like, just off the bat, he starts off and he's like, oh, Michael Jackson is a thief.
A thief of what?
Of music.
Okay.
Like, for most people, Michael Jackson is like a musical idol. Like,
yeah.
Like, everybody grew up listening to Mike.
Right.
That's our age, at least.
What made him say that, though?
He just, and here's the thing, too, with him in this whole interview, the question could be about one thing, and he'll give you a quick answer, and then he'll just jump into something reckless.
When I was skimming through, I was like, oh, this isn't making sense, but it's probably because I'm not reading the whole thing. Because it was jumping around. The
story reads exactly how I thought it would. Okay. But when you take out the names, it's literally just man interviews old guy. That's all it was. And if you ever talk to old people for a long time, they could get off topic. Yeah. And certain people, if you give them enough time, and they'll say exactly what they need to say. Yeah. So yeah. So it read like that. Like, he just, in my mind when I was reading it, I was like, I can imagine listening to someone talk like this. I work with people like this who talk reckless and say all type of stuff.
So he was a thief.
So he said Michael Jackson a thief. He stole Billie Jean.
Did he say from who?
I don't remember. He did, but I don't remember the name. He said he stole Billie Jean, which I think Joe Jackson, I think Joe came out and said
Joe, like the R&B.
Yeah, like Joe stopped beating the kids.
Okay.
Joe was like, Quincy knows better than to say Mike stole Billie Jean. And I mean, hey, maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
Maybe.
I mean, Quincy would know.
But clearly he did his thing with Billie Jean, so.
Hey, but I'm just saying. So he was just talking. I mean, when you start the interview like that, you kind of know where this is going. Like,
so this was the first question.
It's one of the first
did
couple
Michael Jackson
questions.
Do?
He spoke about Michael Jackson. He was like, "Oh, Mike was a thief."
Wow.
And I was just like, "Whoa."
Okay. The person that probably gave you like the most of your money.
But I don't think he meant it in a bad way. Yeah. You know how they say like
maybe like inspired by.
Yeah, because he said it's very Machiavellian. So I consider it maybe like a compliment. Mm-hmm. And he said it like, because you know they say genius steals. Like, so maybe that's how he meant to say it, but it definitely sounded wild when you say Michael Jackson's a thief. And then he kept referring to this whole like, I know too much. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. It just felt crazy because he said he knew he killed JFK.
Okay. I feel like people had like their little.
There's a lot of theories that he got, and what he was saying that he got killed by the mob. That JFK got killed by the mob because there's a whole theory that the mob helped him win. I think it was like 2 states, Illinois and somewhere else. And he, in turn, started like an FBI group against the mob. So they had to send a message.
Okay.
So yeah, he was like, I know too much. And then from there, it's like, okay, it can't get much worse, right? Mm-hmm. And he said the Beatles are trash.
He didn't say that.
Yes, he did.
You said that.
He said, okay, he didn't use the word trash.
Right.
Oh, I think it was worse. I think he said something even worse than trash. I use trash. Because
look it up?
Yeah, I'm going to look it up because I said that he was trash. This is exactly his exact words. The interview said, what were your first impressions of the Beatles? He says, they're the worst musicians in the world. Worst musicians in the world.
But not artists.
I mean, I guess.
Musicians, like.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, because he did talk about Paul was the worst bass player he's ever heard.
See, okay.
And he made it sound like Ringo was even worse.
I don't know about the worst, but maybe.
Yeah. I'm just saying. The dude was out here just destroying people, and he was like real reckless about it. Yeah. They asked him about Cosby because he's good friends with Bill Cosby, and he was like, "Oh, we can't talk about that in public." Oh God. So when you say something like that, it's like, "Oh, you know."
Well, he's been around just as long as Cosby.
Yeah.
So he probably has some type of relationship with him.
Yeah, he said that's his friend. He said definitely that's his friend. And then he even said it. He's like Cosby, Weinstein. He named somebody else. He's like, oh, they were all kind of, some bad dudes. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. It just felt, especially because, these are probably your friends and you've known this stuff for a long time. You've never said anything. Why are you saying it now?
Right.
Like, why are you doing this now? So he said, they asked him who are there any good artists? Because apparently everyone's trash.
Right.
Are there any good artists now? And he said he liked Bruno, Chance, and Kendrick.
I saw that he said he liked Chance, which is cool because I like Chance.
And I thought that was kind of interesting that he said Bruno, because I felt like a lot of people were killing Bruno after the Grammys, saying that, none of it is original music that Bruno's doing. He's just copying and remaking songs. Like
the type of music?
Yeah, it's like he's just recreated music. This is not original content.
They probably haven't heard his album then, because that album was good.
It was, but they're saying we've heard it before. I'm
shocked that he's like on Quincy Jones's top 5, because he named 5 people. But
I mean, Bruno hot right now.
Yeah, he's hot right now. I don't know if he's like. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Bruno is
I'm
not gonna say he's like a Michael Jackson, but he's Michael Jackson-esque. So he's probably on the radar for Quincy. But Quincy was just wild. So the last couple of things, to me, I say, because these to me were the more salacious.
Okay.
So they asked him about they did ask him about death, and he's like, what do you think happens after you die? And he was like, nothing.
Okay.
What? It's you're just gone. And they asked him about religion, and he was saying that, he doesn't believe in religion. He feels like it's just a joke. But his whole base is on Catholics. Mm-hmm. The whole idea of confession and how they use money to build all the big churches, which is true.
It is.
Those are jokes. But I was like, I guess it's just interesting to hear sometimes what people's views are on things like that.
Yeah. Well, that's sad. You just die and there's nothing. But okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. How do you live a life with hope when you think that's all there is?
Right.
But I mean, those are the people. You only live once, so they try to get it all now. They asked him about racism and how do you feel? Because this is a dude who's been around forever.
I mean, he's seen it
in the 30s, 40s. Mm-hmm. They asked him, how do you feel about racism? And, do you think Trump has a lot to do with where we are as a country right now?
This is the first time we're saying that name on the podcast.
Trump?
And you said it again. We're going to bleep it out.
Whatever. So yeah. And then he gives 2 sentences about Trump. He was like, I used to date Ivanka, And I was just like, what? I was like...
Isn't Ivanka
Yes. Quincy Jones said he dated Ivanka Trump.
I feel like he has children older than her.
He probably does. Or at least in that range.
Maybe he just meant out to dinner.
Yeah, that's what he meant. But what?
But maybe she didn't think it was a date.
So he said, I don't know if he never even clarified if they went.
Yeah.
But he said that he was with Tommy Hilfiger. And Tommy Hilfiger said, hey, Ivanka wants to go to dinner with you. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'll go to dinner with her. He was like, she has the nicest legs he's ever seen or something like that. But he was like, but wrong dad. It's just these are things you did not have to say. Yeah. They bring no context to the interview. But like I said, it's what you think it is. It's somebody interviewing an old man.
Yeah.
And he just going off.
I saw somewhere he has a bunch of girlfriends and they all know
he
about
probably
each
does.
other. They're probably young too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he's Quincy Jones.
I mean, I just thought it was crazy that he would just drop that like that.
Yeah.
And how he did it. It was just, when you read the interview, I'm telling you got to go back and read it. Yeah. It just seems real, out of nowhere, yada, yada. Oh, yeah, I used to date Ivanka Trump. Mm-hmm. I was and that's kind of how he got into probably the wildest claim or statement. They asked him about music, and he was like, yeah, he's like, a lot of musicians now, they don't know about like other genres of music. He's like, they don't know salsa. They don't know like the cha-cha. And the interviewer was like, the cha-cha? And he was like, yeah, Marlon Brando was a great cha-cha dancer. And he used to have sex with everything. I was like, what? Like, the transition from music to slander was so fast.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't make no sense. So he said that Marlon Brando would sleep with anything. He said Mailbox, Marvin Gaye, James Baldwin, and Richard Pryor.
I think I did see that part.
But the crazy is the transition.
But why is he like putting everybody's business out here?
He's an old man with a microphone in his face.
Yeah.
And he's just talking.
I feel like it would have been even better as a video.
I wish I could see it. Yeah. But the way the interview is written, in my mind I can hear it. Like, I can hear it, but I would like to see his facial expression.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he said that with a dead
with
serious
a straight face.
He probably said it with a straight face. Oh yeah, Marlon Brando. Oh yeah, that's his Mailbox, Marvin Gaye, James Baldwin, Richard Pryor. But the crazy thing is, the very next sentence was, "You like Brazilian music?"
Oh my god!
I was just like,
well, he's what, like 90?
I think he's in his 80s.
He's old.
But
like,
I was just like, how can you go from making... You just said the man sleeps with 3 probably amazing like entertainers of Marvin Gaye, James Baldwin, and Richard Pryor. I mean, Richard Pryor, he said some crazy stuff. Wow. But James Baldwin, Marvin, like, it's crazy. They're like, you like Brazilian music? I could probably
believe Marvin Gaye and Richard Pryor.
I mean, people said Marvin Gaye was gay, like, honestly. They said that's why he had the E to the end of his name, to make people think he wasn't gay.
No, but not even just because of the people, but like the time. That was just like, I mean, it's a pretty fluid time now too, but like back then it was a fluid time. And then crazy. Like super heavy drugs. I can believe that. But that is crazy that he would say all this out loud.
The fact that... No, I'm not surprised. I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not.
He's not,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. He's not, like, scared of anything right now.
Yeah. And I wonder, like, you know, are you sure, like, you want to run with that statement? And I'm pretty sure with a straight face, like, yeah, I meant every letter.
I feel like he's at home just, like...
This is normal.
Yeah, like, just watching TV, like, what's the big deal?
Yeah, and it caused such a stir, like, over the internet, and people just going crazy with it, because... I mean, you talking about those are some heavy slandering statements, but I don't know. To me, that was definitely the hot topic. Like, it took me a while to figure it out, but I was like, how could I do anything else? Quincy Jones just gave one of the craziest interviews I ever heard in my life.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got to run with this one. So,
wow. Okay. That's like a hot, funny topic.
It is. I mean,
and weird.
Yeah, I don't want it to all be deep, but
yeah. No, that's crazy.
Yeah, so if you want to go read it, it's you can look up vulture.com, Quincy Jones interview. It's crazy. I recommend you go read it and try to imagine the scenario of this old guy talk. It makes it more interesting.
Yeah. It's like your grandpa telling you, you know, like...
Yes.
Like they have all this wisdom and they know everything and they just talk crazy. And
I wonder if there was any liquid courage involved. Because probably not. He probably would say this even if he wasn't. Yeah. But if he would do this sober, I wonder what he does when he drinks.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So, yeah. Hot topic, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, so let's move on.
All right.
All right, so this week's Michel Matter. Lately, I've been doing a lot of like reorganizing of the house, making room for the piano that's still not here. I'm not mad, but you know, it's still not here.
That's salt. That's shade. That's a lot of shade.
That's shade? Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of shade.
I came for you.
Mm-hmm. But it's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, putting, you know, Christmas cards away. I still have a couple of Christmas lights up, but I kind of like it. But anyway,
it's February and we have Christmas lights in our living room.
It's kind of nice though, because then in the morning when you wake up, you don't have to turn on all the lights, even though you still do.
But it's February. Keep going.
But yeah, so I've been putting those things away, And we have like a card box where I save like all of our birthday cards, Christmas cards, all that. And next to that is like an old, like memory box, I call it, from high school, some middle school stuff too, and even like some present stuff. But I don't really put stuff in there like that anymore. And it just made me think about like dating memories and, crushes we might have had or how we even started dating. And then I'm like, wow, like how have those experiences, shaped us into what we are today kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because, I was going through it and I saw like some grams, like candy grams from school.
Who sent you a gram?
You.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
I mean, I'm gotten a couple other grams.
All right, now. Don't do it. I know how to hold a grudge.
Mm-hmm. This is like literally 10 years ago.
Don't matter. I keep that same energy.
Okay. Well, actually more than 10 years ago. But
yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So then I was just like, wow, like it just made me think about dating and our dating history, as short as it was, I guess, like with other people. And I wanted to talk about that today. So, Jocks, do you think your spouse needs to know your entire dating history?
My entire dating history?
Mm-hmm.
That's a loaded question. The answer is yes and no.
Yeah.
So, yes, I don't want you to ever be surprised. Like we ever go somewhere and it's like,
right.
Oh, how do you know him?
Yeah.
So you will know the people. You don't have to know every single detail. That's awkward. But yeah, I mean, I have no shame in my game. There's nobody I've ever talked to or
that you wouldn't have told me.
That I'm either ashamed of or wouldn't, my standards are pretty high. So
if it's someone of significance.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So like, if it's literally you talk to this person for like a week,
mm-hmm.
and I would never see this person again because we're not in Tampa anymore or whatever the case is, then I don't feel like I need to know unless it was literally like a real significance in your life.
The only thing is, I know you and I know you want to know.
Me, I'm the type of person I want to know everything.
Yeah.
But, I wouldn't be mad if I didn't know because it was just like, oh yeah, I talked to her for like, we didn't even go out on a date or anything.
Nah, you hold
then
it
I wouldn't
me.
know.
I know you.
Then I wouldn't care.
That's a lie.
I would hold it against you?
Yeah, without a doubt. It's like,
no.
Cause I feel like if somebody ever like, say, Sap or somebody would brought up like, oh, Jocks, remember so-and-so? And you probably would have said that in the moment. Well, then that's
significant. Because I feel like if you're only talking to someone for a week, why would your friends even know about that person?
We talk about everything. Like if I'm talking to anybody, was talking to anyone, I would have been like, right. I had to work on my tense there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like if I was ever talking to somebody, of course I'm gonna tell my boy, it's like, hey, man, I was talking to so-and-so. So of course he would know. And if they bring it up, because, with everyone, they have like a nickname or somebody like,
well, then if that's the case, then I should know. Or like your spouse should know.
Probably. I mean, yeah, you could know, maybe. Like you said. That's why I said you want to know everything. Because it could be.
I feel like we're different, though. Because you don't care about stuff like that.
I don't. Only because.
Like, I'll be like, I have tried to tell you things, and then you're just
don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you're just like, it doesn't even matter because.
Don't want to hear it.
You didn't even go out with this person.
I don't need to be angry for no reason.
Yeah.
But
it's not even anything that would make you angry.
Don't matter.
Didn't go nowhere with these people.
Look, man, I'm territorial about. I'm not crazy. I don't want to say I sound crazy, but I'm territorial about mine. In my mind, I'm the only man you've ever even looked at. So, I mean,
that's not true. You don't even think like that. What are you even talking about?
As far as I never want to think like, she kissing the what? I don't need that in my life.
Okay, I thought you meant even thinking people are attractive or something.
No.
Because even today,
eyes,
not even attractive, but today. I feel like every time we go out to eat, okay, I mean, this is Miami culture too. Plastic surgery is everywhere, right?
Oh my God.
So every time we go out to eat and I see someone with a huge butt or something like that, I'm like, babe, you think her butt is real?
Right,
and you'll be thinking the same thing, but you just don't say it.
It's fine only if she brings it up. That's a
but
fact.
I'll see you like about to ask me.
No,
too.
I was trust me, I was not gonna bring up any lady's butt at any point during our conversation. If you bring it up, fine. I'll give my expert or honest opinion. Mm-hmm. But me bring it up, nah, not gonna be able to do it. Nah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on your spouse then.
Yeah.
So if I'm the type, do I know your entire history?
That's a loaded question. First of all, you can't ask me.
Why?
Because if
I feel
say,
like I do.
Of course. But that's one of those questions. Like I remember when we were getting married, one of the questions they asked us in like counseling is like, "Oh, have you ever cheated on your wife, or have you ever cheated on Jackie?"
Girlfriend. Yeah.
First of all, that's a layup. Why would I say anything else? but no, like you think now I would like confess, like you know what, he really touched me. I feel like I got to no,
right?
Like don't ask no question like that. Like okay, that's a layup. Yes, babe, you know my whole dating history. Right?
No, I know that. I know your whole dating history. But what? No, I'm just asking for the people. I know. Maybe they think differently.
But fellas, I'm telling you right now, that's a layup. If she ever asks you that, you say yes. This is a layup.
Lord. So, have you had any like past dating or talking to someone experiences that, I guess, have taught you anything about relationships or open your eyes to any, like even your first introduction to dating?
My first introduction. I don't know.
Like, was there anything in those experiences that
taught me? I feel like every guy has gone through this. Like when you're younger, you meet a girl or like you like a girl, and then this is not as far as dating, but like you pursue her, and then maybe she turn you down or whatever, and you kind of build this callous, like, you know what? Nah. After this, like, I don't chase her, huh? See,
yeah, I do know your whole like.
Hold on. I kind of want to know, like, I think you know, but I don't think you know.
You know I know.
I'm not going to say no names because, this is, never know who's listening, but whatever. So, I'll ask you off air. But, yeah, so there's, like, I feel like early on I've learned, like, all these girls are regular. Like, you can't, how do I say this? When you start treating girls like they're not regular, they don't really treat you the same. Like as a guy, right? If I make you seem like you're the hottest thing in the world, she has the upper hand. So I don't know how to explain this, but I know the fellas gonna understand. You can't. Your woman, of course, is special, but girls you just like approach,
talking to,
yeah, you can't make them seem like they the hottest thing since life. Like. You gotta bring them kind of down to earth. You're normal. I like you, yeah, but you're normal. And I learned that you gotta start treating girls like they normal in the beginning. Because if you don't, they're gonna walk all over you. And
the same for guys.
Huh?
Like if you all over the dude.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, hopefully people learn that by now. But yeah, you gotta start treating these girls like they're regular, man. Because a lot of them are. And especially because, and just thinking back, like, a lot of the people that maybe, you thought this highly about, like, and now we're older, like, wow, she's really basic. Like, she peaked in middle school. Like,
oh, that's like the worst.
So, yeah, treat these girls like they're regular because you never know. They're going to end up being basic. But, yeah.
That's not always the case, but okay. I get what you're saying.
But, what about you?
What about me?
What, like past like situationships have you felt like taught you something? Yeah.
I feel like there was this one time that I liked a guy. I
can't lie. All right. I can't do it. As soon as
you like this guy. I mean, you know this guy.
Okay, that's
like who
you're not even gonna make this better, but yeah, the fact.
But you know what I'm talking about.
All right, hold on. As soon as you started the sentence, there was this guy that like I can't lie in my mind. I can't process it. Like I'm getting angry. Like what?
Oh my god!
But I know. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm an adult. I can get over this. Go ahead.
It ends, on a happy note when we're together. So
anyway, I know I won, but carry on.
Wow. So I liked him for probably like a month. Like it wasn't even that long, but it ended up that like he went to a different school and stuff like that. So I just kind of realized like I feel like I'm wasting my time, you know? Mm-hmm. So what's the point of these conversations? So one day I was just like, yeah, am I wasting my time here? And then he was kind of like, I guess, like, I don't know. Like, it was just a very open-ended question. So for me, what I've learned is just don't waste your time. Like, if you know when you could tell a guy is not interested in you or a girl is not interested in you, like, just end it. Like, there's other people that you can be talking to, you know?
Yeah.
Or you could just be doing your own thing. You don't even have to talk to anybody else. But it was kind of funny because then, like, I don't know, into our adult life, when I was working at a certain job that I'm not going to say, we would go to this burger place all the time for lunch. And you love this burger place. But all the time for lunch. And I met up with, like, two of my friends that, like, from high school during my lunch break. And he was working there. Like making the burgers.
Look at God. Like, look at God. Look at God.
I mean, nothing wrong, you know, no shade to the burger makers and all of that, but you know.
Yeah. Hey.
Like, I was already, like, 4 years into what I was doing.
I can't lie, man. You're welcome. But,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say, what else have I learned? And this, you know what? I think dating is just so interesting because I can't imagine dating right now as a 28-year-old. I just can't. I can't do it. I'm pretty sure I could.
In Miami.
Yeah, in Miami. But
that.
I'm just like, I have friends who are dating and it's like, yeah, man, I don't know how you do this. I'm too old to be out here like, oh.
It's not even about being too old. I just feel like people are, at a certain time in your life, you kind of get set in your ways too.
Well, I feel like your dating should mature. I don't feel like a lot of people's dating has matured to their age.
Yes.
Like, you still dating like you're in high school.
Right.
I can't do it.
I can't do that.
I couldn't do it.
Because I feel like even when we were dating, like, because we met in high school, we joke around a lot. Yeah. And I feel like our relationship is pretty playful too. But even in high school, I don't feel like we dated like high schoolers. Like, there were some, obviously, because we were teens.
Yeah.
But it was kind of just like, nah, I'm really not playing games with you. Like, I'm not, you know, not like I'm not playing games with you, but I'm not going to mess with your emotions and stuff. And we were really, like, aware of that.
Yeah.
Pretty early.
But I feel like most of my dating, quote-unquote dating memories are college, kind of like that break in between when you moved to New York. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like that was more, because of course, you know, high school, but I didn't really like date people. Like, we just talked. This is what you do in high school. But I'm talking about like the college experience. Yeah, it was interesting. I've learned, one, girls are crazy, or can be crazy. Let me not give quality. Girls can be crazy.
Thank you. Because so can guys.
Of course.
For the most part, guys are crazy.
But, you know, this is my perspective and this is my story. So, girls are crazy. I had a girl tell me, basically, she was going to marry me in a few years. And it was maybe the third time we've ever, like, spoken face to face.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so from there, you were like, yeah, girls are crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I was still going to talk to her.
This girl is
I was still going to talk to her.
Why would you still talk to her after that?
She looked good.
Okay.
If we're going to be honest. But she looked good. Remember, this is all past tense.
I'm not the one that gets angry. I'm laughing over here.
Kind of. My wife is petty. So, if this... and that's the whole thing with having someone who wants to know everything. Mm-hmm. She doesn't forget it either. No. That's the other thing. So,
but I feel like at this point in our relationship, I bring it up and, like, I just make fun of you.
Yeah, you think it's funny to you. It's not funny to me.
Like, you know, you gotta hate on the other girls sometimes.
You hate.
Especially their outfits and stuff. Like, that's really the part that...
And it's her too.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what? So like, how do you go from...
Oh, I doubt she's listening. Whatever. So there's a girl I knew in college. I don't know. I guess you could say we talked. Whatever. So we went to an event on campus, and she wore a onesie.
I don't even know why I was there.
I don't know why you were there, because you didn't even go to our school. But she wore a onesie to the event. And it's not even like one of those like late night, breakfast events on campus. It was like a regular like talent show.
No, this is the thing. It was like one of those. What was it like? Probably like a frat or sorority.
It was a frat.
One of those black frat sorority things. People show out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To those events.
I mean,
you don't come in pajamas to those events.
Anyone who's ever been to even a PWI or HBCU, at these events, people get dressed up.
You don't have to wear a whole like Beyonce set, but I'm just saying
you come with your after party outfit already on,
right? So
you come dressed to impress. This girl, I think that's kind of probably what I appreciated. She didn't care. She lived on campus. Yeah, no. She heard there was an event. I told her to come through, and she literally rolled out of her dorm and came in her onesie. No. And Jackie has never let me forget
it. Because I feel like when you don't you want to be seen with somebody that you feel like they care about themselves?
She was going to wear that. And secondly, that was not my girlfriend or going to be my girlfriend.
Okay, but you invited her to the event, so you should have been like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
why are we talking about dating? Why are we talking about dating?
Because it's funny.
I don't like this stuff.
Especially since, so she's probably not familiar with the whole black frat
That's what
thing.
I learned I cannot date someone who wears a onesie to an event.
That's what you learned.
Fine. Yep, that's what I learned.
No, I'm just saying so she wasn't black.
No,
so she was not. She probably was not aware of the situation. So you should have been like,
yeah.
You probably have never been to something like this.
But I mean, she was younger. So maybe, she just didn't know. Because she ended up joining a sorority. Okay. And afterwards. She probably figured it out all after. But yeah, that day she definitely wore a onesie. Yeah. You never let me forget it. Good people though. Good people.
Have any of your those experiences ended bad or or always on a positive note?
I mean, I'm a nice person, so I don't think I ended anything wrong with anybody. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, the best thing to do is just distance. There's people I kind of just slowly phase them out of my life.
You ghosted somebody?
Yeah, for sure. I felt like at the time there's no other way to do this. I just got to shut it down today.
We do it all the time. Girls do it all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't know too many guys who do. I mean, I guess, yeah.
But
it's usually because they're already in 5 different relationships.
5 different?
Or something like that.
No, I mean, I feel like it had to end, and the way it had to end was, because I'm trying to think what made it end most of the time. I don't know. I don't think I officially I think when I kind of knew that I was gonna start going back out with you, that's when I really stopped talking to certain people. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel like for the most part, I just kind of phase people out. And then some of them, since that wasn't my quote unquote girlfriend or whatever, we were friends. Yeah. You learn who's really your friend and who's not your friend after stuff like that. Cause, yeah, it's just interesting. But yeah, dating is just difficult. I can't imagine having to date right now. It's just my opinion.
I feel like probably for a lot of people, it is the ending part. Yeah. That is the most complicated in the whole situation.
I mean, it depends. Because I guess sometimes you gotta... Because there was someone I had to explain it to them. Hey, I'm getting back with my ex. And they weren't happy. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing we could do. But yeah, I mean, that's the only, I guess, part that's hard to explain. Some of it was it was just pure fun. Boredom. Right. I don't think there was anybody okay, maybe one that I seriously mm-hmm. talk to in that way. Yeah. So maybe my situation is not the same as everyone else's. So maybe that's why it's easier for me to just kind of phase them out. Right. But I have a friend now. I don't know how he's gonna do it when he ever gets with somebody because it's just he's deep with a lot of people. I don't know how he do it and how he's gonna explain to everyone
With a lot of people. All right. Yeah, I don't think I've ever ended a situation on a bad note.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? No, there was one. Yeah, the way it ended, I had to. Is when I explained to them the whole situation and how I'm back with my ex and you. I hate calling you my ex. It's so weird. But yeah, that I was back with you, and there was anger, I guess,
from them.
Yeah, from them. They just didn't understand the whole situation, and so yeah, there was just one. I guess that was the only one. There was a bit of anger.
Yeah, but after time,
I think eventually we'll be fine.
Eventually we'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean we still don't really talk like that. So
I thought I knew who you were talking about.
Yep, you probably don't. See,
we'll talk offline.
Okay.
No, but no, there was this one situation where I was not talking to this person,
but they were talking to you.
But they were talking to
me. That is a classic woman. Like what?
Well, that's happened a few times. One of the times you thought I was talking back, and I was just like, "Do you see this person?" Like, no.
I thought you were talking
yes.
Back.
So no. So that in that situation, I definitely had to ghost because they just didn't understand. But in the other situation, we were like cool because he knew like my friends, but he just, I don't know, I just wasn't interested. And then
good job
for not being interested.
Good job.
Yeah, I wasn't interested. But then finally one day he got the hint, and it ended really good. Like, whatever wasn't started ended really good.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, like I'm not interested, and I'm actually going to go right back out with you.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, okay. And then I gave him a hug. And then
why? Why would you do that?
Like a friendly, you know what I'm saying? Like a church side hug.
My wife can't have no past if you don't. Like, it don't work like that. That's why I don't want to know. Because if I don't know, that means it didn't happen.
Yeah, like one of those side church hugs. And then it was good.
See? Yeah, that's why you wifey material. You don't have no past. And I can live with that.
There's a lot of people who are wifey material.
I know, but I'm talking about my wife. I ain't talking about nobody else's wife. I'm talking about my wife.
Yeah, it depends on what you can handle. Because everybody has baggage.
Yeah, I know.
What can you carry?
I can't. Can't.
Not you. I'm talking about the people listening.
I'm weak.
But yeah. Do you ever think about those experiences now? Or like...
Nah, baby, I only think about you. Okay. I don't think about any other woman or any past
experiences. But what I'm saying is like you don't
Fellas,
act like...
that was a layup.
You don't act like those experiences never happened.
No, I can't. I mean, me personally, I don't look back on any of those as like bad experiences or things I regret. And that's why, I mean... Yeah, I don't pretend like they didn't happen because they did. Mm-hmm. And they're all quality experiences. Like my taste is impeccable, so. Okay. What about you?
I didn't know onesies were impeccable, but
the shade, see guys? That's called shade. We'll go ahead.
No, I don't act like they never happened. It's just they're like irrelevant at this point.
They are. I can't lie. In a nutshell, we were trash like daters of people other than ourselves. Like,
yeah. Because I feel like I wasn't really interested. Like, once we broke up, I was just like, I just want to.
But that's because you always say
by myself.
You feel like you always say you felt like if you weren't with me, you'd be by yourself. Single. That's 100%. Why you're my wife. But carry on, huh?
That is 100%. If you've seen the HIV rates. But
anyway,
yeah. Let us know. I don't have any other questions for you.
I think I kind of spoke about it to one of my friends. Oh. I would bring him on as a guest just to kind of get a view of like what is it like for guys dating now. But I don't want to blow up his spot, so I don't think he's gonna come on here and give us too much information.
Yeah, I mean we know a couple people that are dating.
So. Yeah, so if you have any single dating questions or comments. We'd love to hear them. Yeah. And we'll probably talk about it on the next episode. So
maybe. Yeah. And if you have like a memory box with like candy-grams and all of that, and you're in a, stable relationship now, how do you process those things? Do you even think about your past at all ever? Let us know.
Yeah, so.
All
right, let's get into some listener questions.
Yes.
The first listener question comes from Theo. Theo asked, how do you manage time with in-laws? And then he asks, what's the transition from being their child that's not married to being their child that is married? And how do we bridge those relationships between our spouse and our parents? It's a lot.
Okay, let's do the first part.
Okay, so the first part. How do you manage time with in-laws? This is interesting. It gets interesting.
It gets interesting?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I think it was in the beginning, especially.
Yeah, in the beginning, it was like, okay, how are we going to do this? Especially with like holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But pretty much, that was like only not even the first year. So like Thanksgiving, the first Thanksgiving as a married couple, we hosted. So both of our families were here, cousins and all. But as far as like spending time together,
like on the regular,
we probably right now we see your parents way more,
the most.
Just because your mom
is
recovering and everything. And also like I pick up or you pick up sometimes London from her house and take her to Bible study and all that stuff. So we see your parents like twice a week.
Yeah, but. Yeah.
Sometimes more.
Yeah, I think...
You used to see your dad all the time.
Yeah, because we work together.
Yeah, but not anymore. But like
I'm saying together. As far as in-laws, though. So for you... So, okay. So, I think our in-law thing is, for the most part, Sundays are like the day that we see someone. Mm-hmm. Either we go to my parents' house or we go to your parents' house. Mm-hmm. Lately, like you said, it's been my parents because of the whole thing with my mom.
Just because of the situation.
But yeah... I feel like holidays, it kind of got easier. Yeah. I think it's just regular.
We all just do it together now.
Yeah, I think it's just, the regular time is just evening it out. So like, make sure we don't neglect, like, I have to make more effort to make sure I go see your mom. Because you see your mom all the time. And like, I
see her like once a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Still more than me. Mm-hmm. So I think we've kind of gotten it down though to like, we try to go see them. I know for sure at least once a month.
Yeah.
Like we'll have lunch with your mom.
Mm-hmm. Or she likes going out.
Yeah.
But how do you manage time with in-laws?
I guess just find a schedule, like especially I know.
But we don't really have a schedule.
But I feel like Sundays is kind of a day we know for sure we'll see someone.
And this is, I mean, it sounds like it's mainly about like parents.
Yeah.
Because siblings,
just the in-laws.
We talk to all the time. I think it's easier too, as far as holidays and stuff, to do it together because we're the only siblings out of our siblings that are married.
Yeah.
So once like our siblings get married, then that would be a little more difficult. But like my mom has been going to your mom's house every day. Like
that's actually been pretty cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's also different because your parents are probably used to seeing me since I was 15.
Yeah.
For Christmas and like after school. And my parents are used to seeing, you know what I mean? Like so it's a little different as far as the situation. But yeah, over time it definitely does get easier.
Yeah, it's just, you got to kind of find a little rhythm. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you have to set boundaries. Like, we haven't had to, just because, like, our parents kind of do their own thing.
Yeah.
They're very, like, not needy people. As long as... needy, but yeah, but as long as you, like, talk to her, you have your own relationship thing with your mom. Yeah. So, like, as long as we keep up with our family, they kind of leave us alone. Like, they don't really just stop by unannounced. And, like, we don't we don't do that over here. Like,
so he asks, how do you transition from being their child not married to being their child that is married?
Oh,
I think for me and my parents, it was kind of a smooth transition. One, because, well, no, it was not smooth in the beginning.
yeah,
with my mom.
It wasn't smooth for you.
Yeah, with my mom. It was smooth with my dad because I worked with my dad, so I would see him every day at work. My mom, though, she it was tough for her in the beginning. Like, I don't know, because I guess she was just so used to seeing me like all the time and not seeing me anymore. And then like on Sundays, especially in the beginning, sometimes we go to Jackie's house or parents' house. And then I think she was maybe a little jealous of not seeing us all the time. But yeah, I think it's just me and my mom kind of, like you said, we formed a relationship. Like, we speak often now. Like,
every day.
Not every day,
y'all
but yeah,
talk every
whatever.
morning.
Yes, I call my mom in the morning before I go to work.
Yeah.
Because I had to do something to keep that relationship going.
Yeah.
And it's enough time that it's not annoying or like I feel like it's hard to do because I'm already in the car. You know, my car's Bluetooth. I can talk to her while I'm driving. So yeah, that I think helped the transition. Once we got on that schedule, like I would talk to her in the morning before work, and she still feels like she's involved in my life, even though I don't live with her anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of helped with the whole transitioning from, you know, not living with them anymore and being an adult. Because, you know, your mom always looks at you as her child, like her little boy or whatever. So, I kind of try to make her feel like she's involved in like decisions that I make, even though.
Oh, that's different for me.
Not in that sense, but like I'm like, hey mom, I'm about to do this. I don't tell her after the fact, like, hey, I did this. So if she does have any like advice or, you know, she feels like her input matters if I ask her or if I tell her before I do stuff. Yeah. As opposed to just, hey, I did this or whatever. And she's like, oh, you grown now. Like, you don't tell nobody when you do stuff anymore.
Well, like for me, that's a little different. I feel like once we got engaged, my parents were just like, all right, girl. Like
your dad handed me to you, like, here, take her. Yeah. And all the bills. Just take free. Her.
Yeah. After that, it was like, all right, so your car insurance, handle that.
But your dad is different. He's like very self-reliant. Like he doesn't need any. Like he did. Like, and your
that's how he raised me to be. So it was a little different for me. I was just ready to go, and not be like their child, but like their adult child. And then when you say like you're making decisions, not that like her input actually is going to change.
Be careful. Okay. Be careful.
Your decision or our decision.
Still moms. All right.
But I don't really do that. Like I'll just tell my mom, "Oh yeah, we did this to the house," and she'll be like, "Okay, girl, like you grown, you paid for it,
it's because your mom different."
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, my mom is a texter now. So we text a lot. I'll send her pictures. She's really into pictures. And I go see her once a week. Yeah. And then, during that time we'll either like have dinner together. And she always like wants to make something for Jocks too. So I'll bring home food or whatever.
And I appreciate you.
Yeah. So yeah, that's always good. I mean, just as long as you keep up with them, I think they'll be okay. Yeah. Like, you can't just go from you're in their house every day since the day you were born to, okay, I'm married now. I'll see you at Christmas. Like, nah.
I think the whole, even a lot of everything post-marriage, because it's a life change, like complete and total life change. It's all about finding your rhythm. Yeah. Like, it's almost like sports. I I refer everything back to sports. It's like a shooter. Like, anytime you transition, like, you just have to find... How did we get here? Everything goes back to sports in life. It's a rhythm thing. Like, once you find your groove and you just, you keep following, you keep your form, you keep following your rhythm, you'll be fine. You just You just have to catch it back. Like, they tell you, if you're a shooter and you keep missing shots, it's like, just keep shooting. It's going to come back. Mm-hmm. You just don't stop trying. Just keep trying. And eventually you'll find a schedule or a rhythm that works for you. And you just rock with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the last part of that question was, how do you bridge those relationships to your spouse and parents? I think our situation is very different. Because like, they've known me.
Yeah.
We've been together since we were 15. Our parents have known, like, the whole situation for a while. Like, it's been so easy.
Especially if... I think, too, if you're cool with the siblings, like, if you're cool with their other children, too, and they see that, and they're like, oh, like, they don't always have to be with their spouse to be hanging out with their spouse's, sister or whatever. Like, they probably, like, hey, okay.
He's part of the family.
Yeah,
like, it's more like
now. Like,
it's not a stranger in the house.
Mm-hmm. Siblings definitely help, and they'll vouch for you. Like,
yeah.
Because I feel like in high school, like, your mom's trying to protect her son or whatever and make sure he gets good grades and stuff. So she didn't want me to be a distraction.
Yeah.
But I think Judy one time was like, no, she's not a distraction. Like,
I still can.
And at
Judy
that time, we
like
weren't even that close.
Yeah, Judy might like you more than me. And I still believe that.
Today, yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. But I think, as far as, like, the relationship, I think especially you've done a good job. Like, my mom likes you, so I guess that's what helps.
She likes me more than you.
No, that's not true. But my mom does like you, so I think it helps. And she likes kind of your attitude. Like, when you come to the house, you're very, like, involved. You don't just come in the house and sit there. Yeah. Like, if there's something that needs to be done, or like, you don't mind, like, jumping in, and it's just, you're part of the family.
Yeah.
So I think that helps, that you're very involved in the family things. When you come to the house, you're not a guest.
Right.
You act like you're part of the family. And I think that's what really helps.
And I think showing up together to the in-laws or whatever, or like even, family functions, always being together. Like, well, now we're trying to implement this thing where you probably get like a pass or two, and I get a pass or two.
This might be a whole nother episode.
Yeah. Like, if I really just don't want to go to, you know what I'm saying, like your cousin's 3rd birthday party.
Or the 3rd baby shower for someone.
Right. Like, I'm going to get a pass. I'm going to use my pass. But if you guys show up together... So, like, your aunties and your uncles and stuff, like, oh, where's Jocks today? Like, he's still home? Like, that just leaves a bad taste in somebody's mouth. Like, you don't want that. Yeah. If everybody sees you guys are together, that's... Yeah,
it helps.
That helps
the
bridge,
perception.
Like, the in-laws, like, direct in-laws, and then also, like, your cousins and stuff like that, too. So.
Yeah. So, there's one more question. Let's kind of do this one a little quicker. It's getting late. Okay. So, I say, Pat asked, since getting married, has sex trended up, down, or has it wavered?
Yeah, cutting up.
Cutting up? I mean, to me, it's an easy question.
It's an easy question.
This is another layup.
Okay. I mean, for me.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's trended up.
Yeah.
I mean, because you have to understand our history, too. Like, we waited for sex.
Yeah.
to be married. If the kids are around, you know what I'm saying? Like, turn into another podcast. But, no, we waited for that. So, I mean, it was a learning process too in the beginning. I mean, it was fun.
He asked, and this is something that I've heard, a lot, especially when you're about to get married, and they're just like, once you get past the honeymoon stage, like, sex kind of, the frequency goes down. Because he was like, he's heard that it goes down, and I'm like, maybe it's because we waited, but I was like, no, not really.
Yeah.
And
we just felt like we had a lot of catching up to do. Like, let's just.
And we don't have any kids. I know that could affect it.
That is what I was thinking.
So.
But that could affect the frequency, but not necessarily like if it's terrible now.
Because like I mean, like you said, it's been a learning experience, and we getting better with time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely say it's trending up.
I feel like, I just lost my train of thought.
I don't know, but I'm just don't let these negative people or these like Hollywood change your idea of what sex is after marriage. Sex is
marriage. Always good.
Yes.
Okay. It just keeps getting better. Yeah. And that's what I was gonna say. I feel like you just have to know when. I feel like everybody has like their little, you know what I'm saying, like time frame too. Like, I
don't know where you're going with this, but
like how often they need it.
Okay.
So you got to be aware of that.
Yeah.
To not go past that, like, because you should want it too.
And I know this is it goes back to the rhythm.
That's a whole.
You find your rhythm. Too. Literally, you find your rhythm. In your schedule of like Jackie knows I can't go X amount of. I can't. Let me not say can't.
You can't.
Optimal time is every so and so hours. Y'all don't need to know my schedule, but every so and so amount of hours. And when I say hours, it's days, but we say it in hours. There should be some form of interaction. You
know what I'm saying?
And we kind of know. Okay, let's try to keep it regular.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that's part of the reason why it's trended up. So yeah, Pat. Trust me, it gets better. It gets better.
What if he wanted to be anonymous?
It gets greater later.
Yes. So, but it is always good.
Yes.
At least in our case.
Trust. All right. So that's it for listener questions. I guess we'll go into the business shout out.
Yeah. All right, so the last episode we shouted out a woman's hair care type situation salon.
Yeah.
So now we have one for the guys.
Yeah, this week we're gonna shout out Johnny's Barbershop. Johnny's my friend. That is not the name of the barbershop.
Yeah, that is not the name.
The name of the barbershop is Legends Barbershop and Salon. Yes. But I'm just gonna focus on the barbershop. So yeah.
Get you a Pascal.
Yeah, I'm telling you, in a life, there's a few things that you definitely have to like secure, and a good barber is one of them. Nothing's worse than having a bad barber. Like, I've had a barber who I know he's terrible time management. He's like bad with customer service, but he gave the best haircuts, and I suffered through it for years. Because I just wanted a good haircut. Now I have a barber who's a way better person, and he still gives great haircuts. No. My last barber was a trash person.
Okay.
Like, yeah, he was just a trash person. So so far what I've seen at Legends, all the barbers are good. And I started going there because I know the owner, Johnny. We went to school together.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah, great dude. He runs a nice place. It's in a good location as a landmark. If you ever driven by, it's in the same plaza as the Don Bailey Carpet and Tile. You know, the picture with the guy laying on the side. Yeah, it's in that plaza on 7th Ave. The address is exactly 14903 Northwest 7th Ave. I would say check it out. If you want, you can use my barber. Pascal, yeah, I'm definitely going to put it in the description. My barber's name is Pascal. Don't tell him Jock sent you, but you can go anyway. You're not going to get a discount. But no, good barbers. Johnny runs a nice little operation over there. I'm definitely proud of him, and I'm definitely happy to see his business grow. So I would definitely say check out Johnny's Barbershop, Legends. It's on 7th Ave. Once again, 14903 Northwest 7th Ave. And this is not like paid advertising. Like, these are just people that we really like enjoy.
Yeah.
We really want to see them grow. And I'm just happy that I have something to shout out for someone that I know. He's young. Yeah. And I'm really proud of him.
Doing his thing.
Yeah, man. Check out Legends Barbershop.
Yeah.
So, all right. That's the end of the episode. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yes. Until next time.
All right. See you.
Bye.
When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. That just might work. That just might work.